welcome to some more canal adventures. I've just cast out and I'm getting taps already. We are on lockdown in England, but the advice from the government is, as far as fishing's concerned anyway, stay local. And I'm doing that, which suits me actually at the moment. I've got a lot to do. And I didn't develop other than a little twig that just came off. I've got a lot to do, so that suits me, as I say, anyway. So no real hardship that I can't go further afield. Not much boat traffic on the canals at this time of the year, and you can tell by the fact that the water is clear. You can see right to the bottom. I'm by brickwork, which is one of my favourite places. Stone structures, brickwork, road bridges, that sort of thing. And I've got a graze rod that I've been fishing with recently, and I've written about that on my site. It's working very well indeed. It's only 6 feet, so it enables me, in the place I am at right now, for example, to sit back from the water's edge, but just have a couple of inches or so of rod tip hanging over. So I'm not going to spook the fish. It's a small enough rod to do that, to sit comfortably, but at the same time it does have a certain amount of beef to it. So if I hook into a decent perch or whatever, I've got a good chance of landing it. And I've said quite a few times recently, I'll be back with a fish, and I'm repeating myself again today. See you soon. Certainly not a massive perch by any stretch of the imagination, but nevertheless, it's a perch. It's my target species, and I'm off the mark. A second perch. I'm going to hold that up there close to the camera, the hook right at the edge of the mouth. The fish aren't feeding as prolifically anyway as they would be during the warmer months as the water temperature drops, but that's the best way to hook a perch. You don't need a disgorger, no deep hooking, right at the edge of the mouth, nice and clean. I'll be ready to cast out in a moment. Before I do though, that's my rod. It's a spinning rod. It works really well. I've got a small Shimano reel on there, 4-pound line right the way through. How simple is that? 1/4 of an ounce lead, small bead, small shot, and then I need to put a couple of fresh maggots on there. A size 16 Drennan Super Specialist micro barb. Simplicity in itself. It works though, and that's the key. I think I've got a shoal of fish about this size right in front of me. Not that I'm complaining. Angling, especially at this time of the year, is about being in the right place at the right time. And don't chuck and chance it, so to speak. Watercraft, that's the way to go. Another one bites the dust. Probably a little bit bigger, that fish, only marginally though. There's definitely a shoal of perch of a similar size in the area. And that's what I mean by watercraft, working out where the fish are. Go to them rather than expect the fish to come to you. I'm really enjoying this, catching a few fish, not holding everyone up to the camera though, of course. They're all pretty much of a similar size. I will be back though if I do catch something significantly bigger. I do enjoy making videos. The main thing is though, and I would say this if you are making them or you're thinking of doing so, don't let it become about the video. Don't let the video come in the way of your fishing. It's all about you enjoying your angling first and foremost. And if, like me, you just stick an iPhone on a tripod next to you, or sometimes a camcorder, and you record your sessions and you talk, or you show your fish, whatever it might be, never let that be the reason why you go. You're not going fishing and making videos just for views or likes or popularity. For me anyway, that's where I'm coming from. If I can fish and chat to the camera while I'm doing so and maybe encourage a few people along the way, that's great. But ultimately it is about my angling. I do appreciate the comments that I get though, and Stuart Andrews, who lives not that far from where I live in Dudley, he posted a message the other day saying, I enjoy your videos. Little things like that can be encouragements, can't they? So Stu, thank you very much. Tight lines, and indeed anyone else who's perhaps going fishing later today, or maybe this video's inspired you to go when you weren't going to go anyway. That's the sort of thing that I like. There was a very well-known angler a few years ago now, quite a few years back, and I met him for the first time, and he said to me, he said, I love your videos. He said, I was watching one the other day on the River Severn. He said, and it made me go out fishing myself. I thought, how great was that? We can inspire and encourage one another, can't we? Whether it's fishing or life in general. It's far better for that person and for us to build people up than it is to tear them down. Anyway, if you are fishing yourself, as I so often say, tight lines, but above all, enjoy.